I just never, I voted for Obama, but I always thought, I think he thinks we're a little bit more of a team than we are. Like, here's the thing, sir, we get you elected, and then you do shit, and then you tell us about it. That's how I thought this was gonna roll. Oh, no, not with Obama. He's on TV all the time. America, I'm gonna need your help on this. Sir, we are busy, okay? Shark Week is on. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's not something you tape. You gotta watch that live. It always sucks on tape. Doomsday Preppers, I have 8 episodes I've yet to watch. I don't even watch reality, but if you have never seen that show, I think it's the craziest you can be. They are preparing for the end of the world, these people. They all think it's something different. A dirty bomb, the government's gonna take over, or they have all these ideas of how the world's gonna end, but they prepare differently. They have bunkers, they have medicine for life. But what's even more bizarre than what they're doing is every single one of them is married. Wow, really? I have normal, nice friends that can't get a date. And you, how'd you throw that out on christianmingle.com and get a hit back? That's all I want to know. How do you just toss that out there like it's normal? Hobbies? Preparing for the end of the world. Well, you can't throw something else in. Tennis. I mean, what? No. And then somebody hit you back. OMG, me too. Meet me at Costco. Lots of things to buy. Can't wait. This is gonna get weird. Waiting for shit to get weird. Wait for shit to get weird. Obama is always reaching out. God love him. America, if you agree with me on how to solve this financial crisis, I'm gonna need you to email your congressmen and representatives. I'm like, well, then I'm gonna need you to email me who they are. Because unless they're hosting Shark Week or preparing for the end of the world, I am probably not familiar with their work. Because the ticket didn't say Obama Madigan. The ticket said Obama Biden. So if you need some help, I suggest you get that smiling Irishman you hired out of a bar, who is my favorite person on the planet, by the way. Because there's a reason he's always smiling. Because he was smart enough to go for vice president. Yes, all the alcohol, none of the problems. That is the job you go for. If you have, what do you want to be number one for? Blah, 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 blah. Cut your ego down a level. There's nothing wrong with Air Force 2. Same plane, different number, same plane. Yes, yes. Yeah, and you don't even have to answer anything. What do you think about the financial? I don't know, I really don't want to talk about it. The ice in my margarita is melting, though. And I have to go to a funeral in Turkey of a person I've never heard of. And I gotta act sad, so I'm gonna need a few more drinks, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Obama, I really think he starts out on such a high intellectual level sometimes. I saw him 2 months ago on TV. He just gave a random speech. He goes, America, I'm here to update you about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Really? It's gonna start right there? Well, I'm here to update you, sir. That's funny, I have an update too. Up until 6 months ago, I thought Fannie Mae was a candy factory in Chicago. Thank you. And I couldn't understand why a candy factory was allowed to hand out home loans. And then I really couldn't understand who thought to go there. Like, that's brilliant. Like, well, hey, the bank said no. Why don't we go down to the candy factory and see if they seem to be doing well. And I thought Freddie Mac was a candy bar that they made I hadn't yet tasted in it. And I thought, I'm gonna look for that at the airport, and I hope it has caramel in it. They speak about these things as if we're all updated. The deficit, they say that as if it's a real tangible number. The deficit is 3,007,804. Now is the time to get concerned. Now? Why? Why now? You're in charge. You didn't panic at 2 trillion. I think you're bullshitting. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
At the midterm elections, Donald Trump said there was voter fraud. He said there were a bunch of people that voted multiple times by changing clothes. Yeah, that was the strategy, not fake ID or any of that. Just changing, as if I went in the morning and said, hi, I'm Alonzo Bodden, I'm here to vote. And they were like, yeah, and I signed the little thing. And they said, go ahead, and I go vote, right? Then I come back 2 hours later, I'm like, hi, I'm Alonzo Bodden, I'm here to vote. And they're like, you already voted. I said, no, sir. That Alonzo Bodden was wearing a black shirt. As you notice, I am wearing a gray shirt. And as if they were so dumb, they were like, you're right. Right this way. And then I'm like, now, a few hours from now, you may see another Alonzo Bodden, but he'll be wearing a plaid shirt. I can't out-Trump Trump. I will be writing a joke, and he'll just win. I was doing my job, my work, writing jokes. I'm writing some kind of White House, Stormy Daniels, porn star joke, and I always have the news on in the background, right? And I'm writing, all I hear is Space Force. Space Force. We fighting shit from outer space? Space Force, like who let him watch Star Wars unsupervised? And whenever he goes on one of those tangents, right, my favorite thing, I don't even watch him during the speech. I like to watch the grown-ups behind him, right? Because they have to keep a straight face. So he's talking about Space Force, but behind him, you have the leaders of the Army, the Navy, Marines, the Air Force, and they're standing at attention like, Space Force? What the Are you kidding? Space Force? Right, they're looking at the Air Force guy like, good luck. Have fun in outer space. We're only going to the border. During the midterms, Barack Obama came back out. He was giving speeches. It was so nice to hear a president talk. You know what I mean? He was just using big words and coherent sentences that led to thoughts, and I was like, man, I don't even know what you're talking about. Just keep going. I just like to listen. You know? And when Barack Obama first burst into the news, before he was even president, you know, everybody's like, oh, he's so articulate. He's so articulate. And I don't really get mad because I don't think a lot of people realize this, but that's a bit of an insult in the black community, right? Like we've been speaking English for a long time, you know? And in particular, he graduated from Harvard University, so I don't think it's that much of a shock that he can speak English. But then I heard Donald Trump giving a speech. Right? And he was attacked by the word anonymous. It just popped up on the teleprompter with no warning at all. And he was just like, right? And then his followers just started yelling, fake word, fake word.
Everyone hates China now, right? They're like the new Soviet Union, like fucking China, man. China's taking over. Come on, America, let's be honest. China wants it a bit more than we do, don't they? For all the talk about how powerful China is, would anyone in this room trade lives with someone who lives there? You wouldn't be here right now. You'd be at work. You'd be halfway through your double shift at the asbestos factory. And you'd be 9 years old. So let's keep things in perspective. Listen, I think we all know what's wrong with this country, really, when it gets right down to it. Let's all say it together. The elderly. Anybody said? Just me? Just me? There's just too fucking many of them. There's too many of them. All the boomers who are getting old, and they're the only ones who vote. Demographically speaking, they're the only people in America who vote, the old people. Did you vote in the last election? Oh. Holy crap. The stench of mortality hovering over that junior high gymnasium. when you go to perform your civic duty, because I get very excited, like, I'm going to participate in my democracy. And then you get there, it's like, brrr. It's just walkers with tennis balls on the bottom, sweatpants as far as the eye can see, smell of polygrip. It's depressing. Listen, none of us is immortal, okay? We all love our grandmammies and our grandpappies. But at a certain point, you got to take the keys away, right? I am sick of my life being determined by the votes of people who, quite frankly, aren't going to be around to suffer the consequences of what they are voting for, okay? I will fix this for future generations right now. If you are a teenager, not only should you get to vote, you should get 2 votes, because you're going to be alive that much longer to deal with the shit, right? If you're in your 20s, you should get 3 votes, because you're still young, but you're a little smarter at that point. In your 30s, 5 votes. 5. That's right. Because that is when you are at your best as a potential voter. Because when you're in your 30s, you're still young enough to have hope for the future, but you're not a fucking idiot anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're like 37, you don't say stupid young person shit like, why does there have to be war, man? Like, you get it, right? We all know how the sausage is made, right? These shoes don't come from nowhere. I accept that. A certain level of exploitation I'm comfortable with. But from age 40, it should go down again. 40 to 50, 4 votes. 50 to 60, 3 votes. 60 to 70, 2 votes. 70 to 80, 1 vote. And after 80, I'm sorry, no dice. No dice. Listen. No. We'll let you vote. We'll put your votes in the special box. Not gonna rob you of a trip out of the condo community, right? It's precious. Oh, if you're over 90, whoever you vote for should have 1 vote taken away from them. Because whatever you want is wrong.
I don't know if everybody here voted, I don't care who for, but here's the thing, people always talk about how voting is so important and how you have to vote, and if you don't vote, you can't complain. That's why now I just vote so that I can complain. Right? I don't even care what it's about. Like, my wife's like, Matt, can you please stop complaining about washing the dishes? I'm like, whoa, stop right there. I voted. This is my right. I don't know how it is here. I'm from Jersey. I constantly get pulled over by the police. I don't know why that is. But you know you get pulled over by the police a lot when they ask for your license registration, and you're like, no need. I've already got an account with you guys. Here's something you should never say to a cop if you get pulled over. Like, what a coincidence, in my glove compartment, I've got the exact same gun. Any police officers here tonight? Any undercover police officers here tonight? I feel like a lot of young black people are wrongfully in prison, right? That's why if I ever have a kid, I want to name them Case Dismissed. The judge is like, State of New Jersey versus Case Dismissed. You're free to go, son. Your dad got me. Get out of here. And I think as a society, I want to get rid of the death penalty. I think we need to get rid of the death penalty, and I want to implement something more severe. Punishing criminals by making them work in retail. And judge is like, guilty, I hereby sentence you to life at Kohl's. Defendant's like, man, I knew I should have taken that Target plea bargain. If I were ever on death row, I would want my last meal to be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just so I can go out on my own terms thanks to my peanut allergy. a lot of times when somebody gets locked up, they'll end up getting their college degree in prison, which is great, right? But it also means that right now, college is so expensive that prison may soon be an affordable option. It's like, Dad, I got some great news for you. I got in a state penitentiary. In 4 years, I have my sociology degree. And in 20 to 25 years, I might be able to use it.